Yo, what is up guys, it's FullySpaced here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build a nice little greenhouse design. I actually built this once before and my world just randomly corrupted because my game crashed. And now I had to rebuild it again, so I had kind of a rough idea of what I was building when I was going into this, which made it a lot easier than just building something from scratch. Usually I build a lot of things from scratch, just straight off my top of my head. So a lot of times I'm just walking around placing blocks, and the time lapses take a longer amount of time. However, this time it's kind of straight in my head. I built this 7 wide, or it's actually a 9 wide area, and I think it may have been about 12 long. I kind of made it odd, so everything was odd, so it might actually be 11 or 13, one of those two. The length doesn't really matter, it depends how long you want the build, because obviously you could have a really long greenhouse and you could place much more stuff in it. However, with the length that I done for this one, you could only place a few things in it, as you'll see later on. But playing around with the roof design, I got this little archway, and I thought underneath it I could add another little arch, so it creates like this little two-piece arch that's kind of connected together by fences. Obviously you can only place fences on certain slabs, so some slabs are missing them because you can't place slabs on them physically. So we've got a few on there just to connect them up, and then we went over with a line of glass, connected everything together, bringing more shape to this build, and then we had to actually apply some more slabs just to level out the build, because there are a few bits where your glasses can't actually go due to the fact that you're placing slabs. Slabs just generally tend to make building quite hard, so adding small details like just replacing a full block instead of the slab is something you have to do during builds like this, because obviously glass is a bit of a pain to work with. You can either work with glass blocks or glass slabs, or no, not slabs, the panes. However, you can't really use panes on a roof because they go on in a straight line and you have gaps and it just doesn't work. So I went with the glass blocks for that, but went with the glass panes for the sides here. As you can see, everything around the bottom is going to be glass. I've just got a foundation there, and obviously they're going to sit on that spruce wood that I've got on the one layer on the bottom there. And I just went around the edges, added some stone brick walls, cobblestone brick walls even, and spruce fences just to connect up the building and look like it's being held up, and just gives it a lot more creative design. Looks a lot better in my opinion as well. Obviously playing around with the outside of a build creates a lot more for the build. Definitely gives it a more detail too, so that's why I was doing that. And as you can see here, I'm just filling in the windows, so we have basically the main structure of the glass house. Really nice and simple here. Obviously the roof is a bit complex. When I was doing the roof, it's like you go along with slabs and you kind of create your way up, and once you've got these two arches connected, you kind of go across and fill up. But then I just added loads of patterns onto the roof, so every like block that was missing I'd add one down a layer, so it gets really messy. So if you want to build a roof design like this, quite complicated, you're probably better off just pausing on the video, looking at the design here, and as you can see there, I've spaced it all out very weirdly. So if you pause it here, you will definitely be able to get a nice little screenshot of that if you would like to copy the roof here. However, it is quite a big mess, and you can probably make such a simple roof. But I just wanted to create a more different style roof. I don't really play around with roofs too much. I usually use your basic style roofs because due to the fact that the way you play the game and everything's built, it just comes out a big mess. A lot of times it comes out a mess when I'm playing around roofing. So I place blocks everywhere, and it just ends up creating this big amount of mess, and I'm not really usually happy with it. So I just stuck with this kind of design, and we went on from here onwards. From here, I just went around the edges with some trapdoors and some lights, just placing on the sides. So we got a bit of light everywhere. We got light on the right hand side, the left hand side. We got right at the front of the greenhouse and light at the back. And then obviously add some light inside later on. But for now, I just had a path down the middle that you can walk down. And on your left and your right, you're going to have basically your food areas where you're going to store everything. And in the middle there, you can actually add some sugarcane, which I do later on, and you will see that in a second. However, I actually added in this. I added wheat, carrots, beetroot, and potatoes. That was it. So I've got sugarcane in the middle there, as you can see, and each next to them is a bit of water. And then I just add the 4 different sections of food. And that is basically the complete inside of the greenhouse. Very basic and simple. The outside is completely complete as well. It's very lit up, very stylish, looks very nice. So there will actually be a little tour of the base and a showcase, as I always do. So I just went around the outside of this base now, added in some greenery, and basically just completed the build from here onwards. It looks very, very stylish in my opinion. A nice little cute build to put into your world. If you want to copy this, I do recommend slowing it down just by using the YouTube slow down feature itself. You can use that, or you could just kind of freeze frame it every so often, and you can build from there. I might release a world download to this, or a schematic or something if I can. Just let me know if you guys want that. So as you can see here, I'm just walking through the building here. Very nice and simple way to keep your crops and everything organised. Obviously you could add some barrels and things in here to store once you farmed it, and or you can make your greenhouse longer so you would have even more room to add such large structures. But anyway, as you can see here, nice little pretty outside, very lit up, nothing really gonna stop you from getting destroyed by mobs. There's just a lot of light. Everything's really nice and pretty from the outside, so I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to leave you with a showcase as usual. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe for more content, and I will see you all soon. Peace.